What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the JR Experience. I want to give you my thoughts about Rihanna on Oprah's next chapter last night. The interview, that interview was great. That was a really great interview. If you missed it, go check it out immediately after you watch this video, of course. But what an interview it was. It was really good to see someone be so honest, to be so candid, to be so open, to be so free, and to let everybody in, to let the public in the way she did. It was very refreshing. Very refreshing. There's a lot of superstars, because Rihanna is a superstar, if you like it or not, are not that open and not that free. We live in a celebrity and media world where these celebrities now, they don't let us in. They hide behind their PR team. They hide behind their publicist. They hide behind their own words in their interview. They're not going to give that up. And that's their own personal thing. But, we're a nosy society. Everybody wants to know what's really going on, what's really happening behind the scenes. And Rihanna let herself open and let everybody see who she truly was. And I'm not in Rihanna Navy. I'm pure Beehive. And I learned a lot about Rihanna last night, and I can see why people love Rihanna the way they do and what they like about her so much. You can see it in that interview. She is so likable. She comes off very likable. She comes off as somebody that you know, or somebody you could talk to, and she just seems that way. She comes off on camera that way, and the camera's good for her. She's a beautiful, gorgeous 24-year-old woman, and for her to tell her fans, hey, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I hurt. I go through things. I make mistakes. And I'm no different. And I'm gonna make mistakes in the future, and I'm gonna do some great things in the future. And to tell Oprah, that label of being a role model, she doesn't like that label, because she's not gonna be perfect. And the connotation of you have to be the perfect person for these kids to look up to. And she's still growing herself. So she's just telling everybody, look, I can't be that. I can't be that. I only can be the best Rihanna I can be. She can't be the best Rihanna for everybody can be. You get what I'm saying? And I understood her very much on that. For to be having a superstar, having so much pressure on her, with millions of people who love everything about her and want to know everything, and watching her every move, and it has to be nerve-wracking for all these celebrities. They have to be under that microscope, under that spotlight. We don't know or understand what they go through, but we saw a little glimpse of it last night from Rihanna. For her to talk about the relationship she had with Chris Brown, the way she did it, and you see the emotions and the feelings and the tears coming out of her eyes. Those was real tears. Those was real emotions. I don't think Rihanna was faking the funk at all in this interview. If she did, she fooled the hell out of me. And I don't think she was. She was so candid, so honest, to let people know that she heard people's opinions. She heard what they were saying, that how could he do this, or you need to get away from him. They want her to hate Chris Brown and to get away from him, and why do you love him? All the stuff that people said during that time in 2009. She heard it, but you got the sense where she was coming from, like, but put yourself in my shoes. I'm the one that went through the shame. I'm the one that went through the hurt. I'm the one that go through the embarrassment at that time. Put yourself in my shoes. She was just telling everybody, I was the one that was hurt the most, not the fans, not everybody else who wanted better for her, or whatever everybody's opinions was. She was the one that had to go through it, not them. And I thought that was so candid and so honest, that she, for letting people know that. And it's true. Just imagine if you were a celebrity and you were abused or beaten, and it was on display for everybody to see. It had to be a very dark time. And she talked about how dark and how hurt she was at that time, and how guarded she became. And at that time, she had to, over time, she had to forgive Chris Brown. She had to forgive him, because she said she had to go back to the source, which was her father. And that's the first thing that a woman knows is her father, the love from her father. And if a woman doesn't have that, it could be a lot for a woman growing up. Same thing with a man or a woman. If they don't have that fatherly love there, growing up, it could be some problems. And she talked about it because she wondered what was going on with her relationship with the men, and why it was always problems, or why was it she can't get through or go past a certain point. There was always something stopping her, holding her back. And going back to that source helped her a lot. I had to repair that relationship first before she can move on in any type of capacity with a man. And so when she healed that relationship and got that back on track, then she could forgive Chris Brown. And I thought that was very mature for a woman 24 years old, still learning herself, still growing as a young woman, for her to have to do that and to talk about it in the manner that she did, I respect her so much for that, and I just to be that honest, and I just thought it was just the matureness, you saw a matureness in Rihanna, in that interview, and in that part of that interview with Oprah, and I know people are saying, well, she shouldn't, there's people out there that wants Rihanna just to hate Chris Brown, but where I get from it is that Rihanna can't hate Chris Brown because that was her first love, and she sees the things in Chris Brown that nobody else sees. See, she doesn't look at Chris Brown as the abuser. She looks at Chris Brown as the man that she once knew. She looks at Chris Brown, the man that used to love her, the man that used to hug her, the man that used to hold her and kiss her. She sees the good in Chris Brown. She sees the good things in Chris Brown. She remembers all the good times. She does not she does not look at Chris Brown and see the abuser. She sees Chris Brown, the good times. She sees the good. That's what she remembers. And for her to say he needs help, he needed help so he could become a better man and a better person for the future. But she got out of that situation, and now she seems like to me she's learned that she can love Chris Brown from afar. When she said, hey, I'm single, he's in his own situation, but I still love him. I still love him. And you can get a sense that if that opportunity arises once again where they could come together in the future and is out there, maybe she may go down that road. But it seems like she's in a better place emotionally and mature, has more matureness, more maturity that she can handle it. And maybe she hopes that maybe one day, if that opportunity comes again, that he's mature enough to handle it as well, and he becomes older. Because they were very young in 2009. They're still very young, and he made that mistake, but she does not hold it against him. And others, if you're going to still keep that over his head, y'all go ahead. Because Chris Brown has to deal with that for the rest of his life, but he doesn't have to worry about Rihanna holding that over his head. And I hope that Rihanna does not keep talking about this situation. She put it out on the table. This should be the last time she speaks of Chris Brown in that situation again. The way she's talked about it, the candidness, the openness, she could put everything to bed when it deals with that. And anytime she has a thought or that feeling, she's going to come out and interview. She should keep all those feelings to herself from now on. I want to keep talking about it because I think she talked about it enough. And I think she put the bed to rest on that subject with Oprah last night in a very mature and honest way. And just to see her back in Barbados, walking around, everybody just calls her Robin, and just treating her like, hey, that's just Robin from around the way, just a round the way girl, and just made it good. And you can definitely see that she came a long way. Rihanna came a long way to get where she is now. And like I said earlier in this video, I definitely see Rihanna in a different light. I can see how likable she is, and I respect her a lot from this interview. To see that different side of her and see that from a superstar of her level at this moment in time. Kudos to you, Rihanna, and to Oprah getting that interview. It was really good, very well done, and that's just my thoughts about the interview. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview as well. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments, how you feel about the interview. Did you enjoy the honesty? Did you enjoy the candidness of Rihanna? And just leave your thoughts, all right? We'll talk about it. I'll read your feedback and I'll reply to it. Do all that. Like this video for me. Like I said already, comment, subscribe to my channel, the JR Experience. Many more videos to come. And you guys just keep coming back. Many more videos to come, like I said. I'll holler at you later. Peace. I'm through.